I'm Mike, this is Project-Archangel, and today I'm going to show you a warm-up that I've been using with great success for a long time now. Every time I use this warm-up, even if I did explosive stuff afterwards, sprints, heavy stuff, I never had any issues with pulled muscles or anything like that. And I'm someone who usually was fairly often getting pulled muscles. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that workout, with that warm-up for a workout. So I suggest you give it a try and see how you like it and if it works for you, because it's a fairly quick warm-up. So yeah, one of my issues was that I usually was too lazy to do a long warm-up. I didn't see the point in like doing light stuff for 30 minutes before I actually started getting some work done. So this thing is taking maybe 5 minutes. Yeah, I could always make 5 minutes and didn't really have any excuses for that. So as I said, give it a shot. If you like it, leave me a like, and if you have any comments to it, if you think something could even be improved, yeah, I'm always happy to get constructive criticism. I always try to learn stuff, so feel free to send me an email, leave me a note in the comments or whatever. All right. So for all these warm-ups, what I usually do is I find a 10-meter stretch, and I just do on the movements, I do 10 meters. If you don't have 10 meters, just do 5 meters back and forth. And if it's a stretch or a movement where I don't actually move somewhere, I do 10 repetitions on each side. So that's something you can aim for. If you want to do more than 10 meters or 10 repetitions, of course, go ahead, especially in areas where you think you might be tight or require some more work. So the important points for the knee grab are that with every step, you're getting as high as you can onto your toe. Okay, so try to get the head as high as possible. And you try to pull the knee towards your chest, not your chest towards the knee. Okay, so the first movement is going to be the knee grab. On the knee grab, on the first 3 movements, you're trying to get your head as high as you can with each step, so you get onto the toes, and also try to keep your hip in a forward motion. So don't hollow out your back and push your hip forward, but really move as a whole into the direction you're going. Okay, so get up, pull your toe up as well, the top toe. So for the froggy, keep your hands in the center. Okay, again, as we're moving, we're getting onto the tippy toes, and the foot comes up on the outside. You raise your toes, think electric fence. Okay, you want to step over the electric fence, and also you want to stay on your side. So you don't want to cross over and lose your balance. You want to one side, other side. Okay. Third one is called march. On the march, the important part is pulling the leg down as hard as you can, not necessarily kicking the leg up to meet the hand. Okay, the hand is just there as a target. It's the same side hand, same side foot. So the march is a little bit difficult. It's a drill for end speed sprints. The goal is not to get that foot as high as possible or even touch the hand. The goal is to pull it down dynamically, aggressively. Okay, again, with every step, you're using the calf to get as high as possible, and you're trying to really pull that leg down. Okay, On this one, you especially have to watch out that you're not getting into like a backwards leaning motion, but you always want to push your hip forward, so you're always making forward progress when you do that movement. On the toe grab, you reach for your toe, knee is locked out, toes are pulled towards you, back is straight. Okay, the toes are just a point to aim for. It's not necessarily to touch the toes and round your back, so don't round your back. We want to feel the stretch in the hamstring. Doesn't matter how far you can reach, as long as you feel the stretch. On the hands and heels drill, it's important that you're not bending your knees, okay, and that you're really trying to make contact with the full flat of the foot, especially the heels, and the hands at the same time. Okay, you will feel the stretch either behind the knee, back here in your calf, or in the hamstring, depending on where you are the tightest. And the movement is basically coming from the hip. Okay, it's not from the knees or from the feet. The feet stay toes pulled up during the whole movement, and this is basically what the movement looks like, only that you are touching the ground at the same time. Hands and heels, elephant walk. On the elephant walk, your movement is coming from the hip. You pull up your toes and you touch the whole foot to the ground with each step. So focus on touching the heels down and pulling your toes up. Knees are locked out. And again, the important part is feeling a stretch in the back of your legs, so either the calves behind the knee or the hamstring, wherever you are the tightest. For the mountain climber is there to activate your hip flexor, okay, and also get a full closure in the hip joint. So that's why we are trying to get one leg up there next to your hands and then the second up there, so you are actually sitting in a very low squat before you move your hands forward again. Okay, it's about the active pulling up of the knee, so don't be lazy and slide it up here. Okay, use your hamstring. You'll feel it in the abs and the not hamstrings, in the abs and the hip flexors. Okay, so use the hip flexors to pull your knees up and forward. Mountain climbers, you get your foot next to your hand, get your other foot next to your other hand, and then hand, hand, foot, foot, hand, hand, foot, foot, hand, hand. Foot, foot, hand, hand, foot, foot, hand, hand. The pull is coming from your hip flexor. You try to pull your knees as high as you can and get into a really low squat, and then move forward with your hands again. The contralateral crawl, really important. Keep your back parallel to the ground. Okay, none of this stuff, no rounded back or any of that good stuff. Balance and control. Okay, really, the slower you can do this movement, the better. Okay, everybody can do this fast, but good control and balance shows if you can do a movement slowly. Okay, you could also try this backwards if you want. That's good too. You move contralateral sides, hand and foot touch down and lift off at the same time. Your back stays flat and parallel to the ground. This is not about speed, it's about control and balance. So the Inquartata takes a little bit of practice to get used to it. Okay, so basically you're going to move your feet in a square. You're starting off square, so parallel, and then you're moving either this foot forward in line with the rear foot, or if you want to go to this side, you move this foot forward. Alternatively, you can move them backwards first, so you can move this one back in line or this one back in line. And then the second step is always to bring the other foot back to parallel. Okay? And just imagine you have a weapon, the thread is in front of you, so your upper body basically stay in your weapon platform, stays pointed at the same spot, and you're just using your hip and your feet to navigate the ground and change positions. Inquartata, hands are facing forward, shoulders as well, and all you do is you move your hips and your legs. Okay, your thread is always at 12 o'clock, so you move your right foot in line with the left foot, then left foot parallel to the right, right foot in line to the left foot back and parallel to the right. And you can do that in both directions. So 3-way lunges. You're doing 3 lunges consecutively and then changing sides. So you're doing 6 in a row. I'm going to show it this way. Forward, side, back to neutral, reverse, full turn forward, other side, back up, and reverse. From this side, forward, sideways, backwards, forwards, sideways, backwards. Lunges can always be upgraded to lunge twists. On the lunge twists, what you do is you get into your regular lunge and then you turn towards the side of the posted leg. Okay? Lunge, turn towards the side of the posted leg. Try to not put the knee to the ground. You can slightly touch it, but try to use your muscles to stabilize yourself and hold yourself in position. Thanks for watching the video all the way to the end. I hope you liked it. Well, obviously it wasn't that bad if you watched it all the way to the end. If you can, leave me a like, leave me a comment, join the channel. Always happy to have you guys on board, and if you have any questions, shoot me an email, leave it in the comments. I try to get to it as soon as possible, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.